Hello, welcome to Giving Tuesday. I'm Angela Harris, Vice President of Community Engagement, Programming and Communications with DCTV. Washington, D.C. is home to over 12,000 nonprofit organizations. This represents over a quarter of the district's workforce. D.C. nonprofits give nearly $500 million annually to the district for a variety of services, and that doesn't include the countless hours of volunteer work done in our community. DCTV is committed to meaningful media. That means we proudly give a voice to those who are the least heard, and we speak meaningful dialogue about the important things that impact our community. In 2019, DCTV launched a new grant program for the purpose of helping nonprofit organizations to increase their communications capacity. We developed the grant with the guidance of nonprofit leaders who told us that getting the word out about the work they are doing is amongst the biggest challenges that they face, especially in a hyper-digital world. So we are here today to tell these stories, to make sure that these meaningful messages are seen and heard. Giving Tuesday is an annual event that began in 2012 as a way to spark the holiday giving season. It's celebrated on the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving each year. We hope that today's 24-hour special programming event will inspire you and will give you cause to join these organizations in the great work they are doing every day. So sit back and you'll be introduced to some of DCTV's staff who will serve as the hosts for this one-of-a-kind special event. And happy holidays.
Hi, I'm Lisa Haynes, Communications Manager at DCTV. There are more than 76,000 seniors in the DC area, accounting for nearly 12% of the population. And according to statistics, here in the district, there are more than 70,000 people living with some type of disability. There are a number of DC area nonprofit organizations who are dedicated to providing services to seniors and those with disabilities, including assistance with medical needs, as well as housing and coping skills. And there are those advocating services for residents with hearing impairments. We are introducing two such nonprofit organizations who are going above and beyond to provide those services. They are Seabury Resources for Aging and the National Black Deaf Advocates.
Why are Black kids still experiencing this? Why are our people still experiencing this?
Once again, it's time for Impact Moment right here on DCTV. And as you know, we're all about diversity. And diversity is not just colors, there's other things going on. So today, I'm proud to have with me on the show, Mr. Isidore Yangobo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here.
Tell us about the National Black Deaf Association and how it got started.
You have a really good question. The NBDA in Washington started because many organizations didn't truly include us Black deaf people. Our rights were often ignored. So eventually in 1980, we got together and discussed establishing our organization. In 1982, we officially established it. Now, some of us continue working with the goal of supporting the rights of Black, deaf, and hard of hearing people in America. Up until now, we've supported many programs and they've turned out to be successful. The CSWMIT meets together every year, and we have 2 weeks where we come together. We teach high school kids leadership skills and finding their identity. We also have college courses that teach skills and help them find work. A long time ago, there was a deaf woman that led a program to help deaf Black women progress, and she continues to do this. We have another program that supports elderly Black people as well. These are our main programs right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What are some of the special challenges that you have when you're Black and deaf?
Okay, well, the background history is in 1880, the National Association for the Deaf was established. But during the 1800s, Black deaf people weren't allowed into this association. Our rights weren't supported. Us as Black deaf people had a new culture and identity. We have strong diversity within our community. The NBDA was established as a place where we can feel safe. We also created it so we can come together and create our own base. For many years, we held annual conferences where we can take a break from everyday oppression. We get together and it feels like a family. We realized also that we must have NBDA to support a better quality of life. We come together so that we aren't separated. The NBDA must continue because only others that are Black and deaf can truly understand our struggle. We also spread what we are going through to other people in hopes of them supporting us. Our goal is to teach also businesses about our community. Another reason why the MBDA is important is because now with Black Lives Matter movements, there's confusion all over, and many wonder what to do. Many come to the MBDA We have immense support and realize that we must be strong so we can help people no matter if they are deaf or hearing, but members of the BIPOC community. Now, many of us are going through systematic racism in our universities. Many of these deaf and black students aren't getting equality because many organizations are afraid to face these universities or have no interest in doing so. But the MBDA is strong, so we continue to face them. Some businesses oppress us, but we continue to face them. We ask the universities to look into the cases involving our deaf black students. We also change how universities treat us. They must involve us and make us feel equal, not alone. If the MBDA wasn't here, injustices would continue to be ignored, but we fight it.
For those in the deaf community, they know that means applause. Thank you so very much. And okay, now you know also, thank you for coming on. What we try to do here with Impact Moment is bring diversity, diverse voices, and diverse sign language. Isadora, thank you for coming on. Like I said, thank you. For Impact Moment, I'm Alvin Jones right here on DCTV. Hi, welcome to Impact Moment right here on DCTV. We come your way and we always bring you great information. And this episode, we've got more great information. Today, we're talking with Dawn Quattlebaum. She is the interim CEO of Seabury Resources for Aging. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thanks for coming. I know that with COVID-19, we've had to make some arrangements, but we got a beautiful
fantastic vista here. You all are so lucky. My goodness, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Well, we're glad to have you. We did this just for you.
Yep. I appreciate that.
Oh, anytime. But here's what I want folks to know. I want folks to know the great things that Seabury is doing for people who have gotten a little experience under their belts.
That's a nice way of putting it. Thank you so much. Well, Seabury has been in existence for 96 years. That's a wonderful milestone in itself.
Yes.
And our mission, which I'm so honored to implement, is to provide personalized and affordable services and housing options for older adults to help them in the greater Washington, D.C. area live with independence and dignity. Independence and dignity, that's very important. And we have such a wide variety of services, and so we do provide a strong impact in the community with transportation services, working with the Senior Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired, very active group at Model City Senior Wellness Center. We have an engaged board, wonderful employees. We just have a lot to offer. We've been doing it well for a long time, and we want to do it for 96 more years.
Well, I think that's important. On a personal note, my dad is 90 plus, and
what a blessing.
He's still out and active. If it wasn't for COVID, he'd probably be on a Friday night doing karaoke and just, wowing the crowd. I think a lot of times people think that as folks get older in age, that they do stop being active.
I tell you, the pandemic has changed a lot, but we pivoted on a dime. Some of the activities that you're talking about with your dad, we're providing those virtually. We didn't even think that we could do that previously, but at the Senior Wellness Center, they had such an active Zoom town hall meeting. It's normally monthly in person, of course, but I got on and I just couldn't believe it. Took them 10 minutes just to say, hey, how are you doing? Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, catching up with one another. So I'd say we offer at least 7 virtual activities a day to a wide variety of clients and residents. We have care management and case management services. So we have social workers that continue to work with people. And we've just started with our resuming our in-person services so that if they need counseling, if they need to get in touch with area resources, we're there for them. We talked about the transportation. What we pivoted immediately to was providing home-delivered meals. So not only does Seabury Connector, I'd say, transport at least 300 meals a day, and it's a 7-pack for each person every week, but also in our senior communities, Seabury at Friendship Terrace, Seabury at Springvale Terrace, they're delivering meals to every resident every day, straight to their apartments. We also have our LGBTQ program, and that's just wonderful. We had a movie screening the other night of Blackbird, and it was just wonderful for them to be engaged in the evening, because they're accustomed to doing things in the evenings with us. Why not have a virtual movie screening at night? So the affordable housing, which we have 346 units, and affordable housing is hard to come by in this area, as we know. So to provide 346 units is wonderful.
How can people learn more about your organization, and if they want to reach out to you, how would they do that?
We have our website, seaburyresources.org. Lots of information, not only about our mission and our vision and our values, also our employees, our services. We have calendars on there for activities.
Good to know that seniors who are living their best life and getting to the best part of their life have a support system like Seabury Resources for Aging. And Don Quattlebaum, thank you so very much for coming on Impact Moment.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure. Well. We shall. And once again, we're social distancing. This has been another Impact Moment right here on DCTV. I'm Alvin Jones. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Julia Reardin, Grants Manager and Associate Producer at DCTV. Thank you for joining us on this special day of programming as we pay tribute to the amazing and critical work that nonprofit organizations are doing to make an impact in our community each and every day. The DCTV Grant Program was established in 2019 to help nonprofit organizations to learn marketing communications best practices, and to provide digital media assets to help them in telling their story. Each grant cycle is 1-year-long program. We launched our first cycle in August of 2019, and amid the global pandemic, we welcomed a second cycle of grantees that we are thrilled to formally announce here. These are the recipients of the second cohort group of grantees who joined us earlier this year. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, we're pushing forward and helping grantees now more than ever to find innovative ways to make impact during these times. So, congratulations to our second cohort grant award recipients. We invite all nonprofit organizations who serve the Washington, D.C. community to apply for the DCTV Nonprofit Capacity Building Grant. We award grants twice a year, in January and in July. If your organization is interested in applying for a DCTV Nonprofit Capacity Building Grant, please visit us online at dctv.org/grants to find out more about the program and how to apply. You can always sign up to attend one of our info sessions to get an in-depth overview of all this grant has to offer. Let us help your organization to tell quality stories about the important work that you do to make a positive impact in our community. We look forward to working with you.
Can you imagine a world where there are no more color lines? A world where people are just people, free to follow our dreams, free to just be free. A world where we are not defined or categorized by the color of our skin. At DCTV, we believe it's time for change. It's time to erase the color lines. It's time to fix humanity. We are pleased to partner with DC-based international recording artist Silver Logan Sharp in the world premiere of a movement for change, No More Color Lines. This is meaningful media. This is impact for change. This is DCTV.
Imagine, yeah. Close your eyes and imagine. Imagine no more color lines. Imagine no more reasons why you can do anything you try. No one has color for skin. Color for skin. Imagine a place where everyone only stands to win. Some of us call our world a peaceful place, but if you could go back, think of everything you tried. Imagine if your first thought was to find a resolution. Some of us think we can't change anything, but if you could do it differently, what choices will you make? Imagine no more reasons why you can do You can do anything you try. Don't give up on you. Imagine your dreams coming true.
There's a need for an organization that focuses on adult education, especially in the District of Columbia, because we know that over 52,000 individuals in the city do not have a high school credential. I think what's most unique about this program, and we hear this from our adult learners who attend, is that they feel welcomed to this community. It is a real community that supports them on their educational journey.
And when you walk through the doors, you realize like, it's other people like me that live lives, have children, have grandkids.
I gotta show my children that, it's never too late. You know what I mean? You can always finish strong. This is for them. It's not just for me.
Our vision for the future really is to transform adult education. For more information about Academy of Hope, please visit us at www.aohdc.org.
Wash your hands, avoid sick people, and touching your face. There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Well, our nonprofit, the Emery Beacon of Light, has provided a number of services, and we have the Beacon Clean Team, which we were able to get a grant from the city to hire persons who are looking for jobs. We provide an immigration clinic where we've had a clinic here once a month for people who need help with gaining immigrant status. We have a very popular food pantry that's pretty full on Tuesdays, and the need is tremendous, and we've been running out of food almost every week. We have the Beacon Brightwood Business Alliance, which has provided support for the small businesses up and down Georgia Avenue, and other programs. Our whole goal has been to help this community be whole and to help this community be self-sufficient. Brightwood is a tremendous place, and we're just happy to be a part of the fabric of this neighborhood.
BeaconHouse's programs focus on closing the education achievement gap that exists between students of color in Ward 5 and their white peers. Despite the significant racial and economic inequities our students face, they demonstrate year after year that with our support, they can and will achieve academically.
I got my book published through BeaconHouse. If it wasn't for BeaconHouse, then I wouldn't be a published author that I am today. These people have really seen me grow up since I was like 5 years old. It makes me feel like there's always gonna be people who know who I am and who like understand me. To have this as a constant, to have this place as somewhere I can be like, yeah, I know BeaconHouse, I actually grew up there. I actually am honored to be able to say that because it's a community. You're gonna make friends no matter what, no matter who you are. If you're just open to joining the community will accept you.
Hi, I'm Tarek Sadek, intern here at DCTV. The skills I'm learning with DCTV are preparing me for a career in media production. The knowledge I'm receiving is second to none. Normally students don't receive this type of training, so I feel extremely lucky to have this opportunity to work with such a highly experienced crew. I'm learning how to manage a production, and I've learned how to work with the team. I have basic camera, gaffing, and editing skills, and I recently got my chance to edit together some original pieces for DCTV. This is my DCTV story. DCTV is meaningful media making an impact.